This is going to be my first training video. I don't know if it's really training as much as bullshitting a bit, but I found this boiler room to be very entertaining. And I think that a lot of coworkers are going to, kind of want to learn about what a hybrid system is and how you can get efficiency out of it. And basically like the hows and the twos and why this doesn't work. In this particular location, it just doesn't work. But here, let me take you for a walk around and then we can discuss. So here we have our pumps. We have our two pumps, air separator. You can see the piping coming down and in, the piping going up and out. These two are actually going to a micron filter. These two pipes here are just going to a micron filter, believe it or not. But anyway, that's fine. Big micron filter, that's always a good thing, right? That's a Y strainer with a magnet in it. It's leaking a bit, so probably needs to be serviced and cleaned. Right on the main boiler loop, so of course that's going to be easy. So we got that. Then we're coming over and we got our piping going out and to the boiler's own pump, lock of our crest. It's a fully condensating boiler, modulating of course, and it comes back in close space tees. So the close space tees is fine, that's all good. So now, keep in mind our flow. You could tell from the Y strainer is going this way. So we're going this way. This is our main system. Gonna go out to the building. And what does it hit next? It hits another T going to the super hot, and that's the inlet side of the super hot. So, okay, that's fine. But let's go over to the other side of the super hot here. And we got our piping coming out. And it goes up and it goes to the main. Kind of. But what's this? There's no pump. So how does it get flow? Well, they have a valve out there. You can probably see the valve. It's closed. So the main system is indeed coming down. I'm trying to do this and show you at the same time. Coming down, flowing clean through the boiler and then out. So we're flowing through the super hot and we're not flowing through, we're doing primary, secondary with the crest. Okay. So that's different and probably doesn't work very well. Well, it definitely doesn't work very well. We got the crest heating the water before it flows to the super hot. So we are injecting heat into the super hot and it's flowing through the big giant coil there and then coming out. Some of that heat is actually being lost by the coil of super hot because we have fresh air. Right now it's not firing, so there's just fresh air coming and being drugged, taken across the exchanger and out the vent. So we are actually losing a certain amount of heat that is literally, when the spoiler's not firing, we're losing heat straight out the vent. So we definitely shouldn't do that. Ideally, we can do a hybrid system. We could put a pump on this. This is our outlet. This is just going out to the building, which is fine. Like this, I don't know how well it's coming up, but this pipe there is the outlet. So we can do that, that's fine. That's perfectly fine to do that. Yeah, so you can put a pump on this, and then you can pump in to the system, basically creating a primary loop. So you would have this boiler on its loop injecting into the main heating system, which would be one big heating system loop. So I guess if you think about it, just think of this pumps being one loop system. Then each of the boilers having its own pump and injecting pump into that primary system. That would be fun. We could do that. And then we could use a Techmar controller, like let's say a 284 Techmar controller probably would work. Yeah, it definitely would work. The 284 can do two-stage boiler, and it can actually do two of them. Well, it could do 4 two-stage boilers, yeah, or 4 modulating boilers. Vice versa, you could do either or you can do a combination of the two, and that would be a hybrid system. So you could do that. So that would make sense. That controller, that blue one over there, of course, is not a 284. That is actually a 4-stage controller, just a 4-stage controller. So it just goes with its current application. All this guy is doing is low and high on the super hot. These two boilers aren't actually communicating at all in any way, shape, or form. They both have their own outdoor sensor. They both have their own set points. They both have everything themselves. So you could actually just get rid of that blue Techmar and use the super hot control, and that would be the same. Would that be good? No, it wouldn't be good. But you could do it and have the same thing you have now and just save yourself, you know, what, $1,000 or whatever the Techmar costs. Maybe it's a way less than that. Don't quote me on pricing, of course. But you could save that money. So anyway, getting back to the hybrid system and stuff, like talking about that. If we think about our hybrid system, I'm just going to put this down for a second. Sorry guys, but it's COVID times, gotta have a mask. So if we think about our heating system, we have our high efficient. So this is our modulating. We'll do a slanted modulating. This is our two-stage. So that's just an on-off boiler. We could take our boiler, that could be out to heat the system. We put our main pump. Of course, there's two of them, 2 pumps. This could be the return. Lock. So we could do that. And that would be fine. Now we're injecting heat in. Of course, you kind of want to use close-spaced P's, but you could do that as well. So now with controllers, if you use a 284, what you're going to do is with a proper hybrid system controller, you will oh shit. So with the proper hybrid controller, what you're going to end up doing is, okay, we're going to ask for heat. Let's say we're asking for heat. So here is 0% of our heat that we need. Okay? And here is 100% of the heat we need. It's kind of irrelevant on how much heat it is, because this is just more of an idea. But what we can do is, if we need 0% of the heat, we bring on the condensating. Let's just put it as what it is. The crest. So the crest boiler would fire up, and it will go on its system from 0 to 100. Okay, so it's going to ramp up 0 to 100. So now, if that's not satisfying with all the crust heat, now it can bring up another stage. So now it brings up it'll fire this down, so the crust will go off, then it'll fire the super hot off. And it will start ramping there. So now it's going to start ramping, and it'll continue to go up. This is the crest. So the crest will start there, and then it'll ramp all the way up till it's hit its 100 again. And this is just stage 1. Now, if it still needs heat, more heat, it's going to turn this whole thing off, well, sort of, and then super stage 2 will fire on, bring in the heat all the way up to there, and then the crest that's the crest boiler, or the condensating boiler, will start up and start ramping up until it's at the maximum 100% heat. Of the 100% heat output of the building. So you can actually bring on stages and ramp up, creating a linear path using these two boilers to get 100% heat. And that will work quite well. And in the shoulder seasons, you can use just the crest for modulating the in-betweens for efficiency. So you can still get your efficiency, because this area you're going to be condensating, or you're going to be modulating. I shouldn't really say condensating, because it's not necessarily condensating, but it's going to be modulating. And then this area and this area will just be bulk heat. It's not condensating, it's just making heat. And it really doesn't, well, you still get some efficiency from having a condensating appliance, but it's not going to matter as much. I hope that all makes sense. Maybe make a comment down below if it's like over your head, or if I just did an absolutely shitty job of explaining it, and I will remake this video and try and, make one that's better for everybody. Okay, thanks.